Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome yourselves back to the ECC stream, where today we've got one match on the agenda. We have Polar Race and the Salt Shakers in Division 1, and I can already tell this is going to be a very exciting matchup. But before we delve any further into this, of course, we need to introduce ourselves here. My name is Faded, and joining me once more is the wonderful Dennis. How are you tonight?
Yeah, very good tonight. Thank you, Faded. We have a Division 1 matchup tonight between Polar Ace and the Salt Shakers. And if you look at the standings of these both sides, you see the Salt Shakers in 5th place and you see Polar Ace in 7th place. Both teams have played 3 matches and both teams also have won one of those matches and lost 2. So it's a fairly equal game, I think. It's going to be pretty good to watch, I think. So what do you think, Faded?
Yeah, I think this will be a very exciting match because they're that close in the standings at the exact same record, so we can expect this to be a fairly even matchup. As a quick rundown of the lineups before talking more about this, of course, on Polarize of Thursday, Shut Your Waffle, Lightning Strike, and Creed as the sub, and then on the Salt Shakers we have You Got Jammed, Nitro, Waffle, and Jack Shona as the sub of that team. But for Polarize, we've seen them a couple of times in the stream. And, they had a really strong performance, Polar Ace, against Gedalian's Tempest a couple weeks back, which was a sign of things to come. And then he lost 3-0 to Serenity Amethyst, which is honestly an expected result. But if they can bring some good form into this match that they've shown before, I think they can really step up the plate here. And as for the Salt Shakers, of course, you've seen them again last week against Gedalian's Tempest as well, and they actually showed some really strong team play, particularly Nitro. He was getting really involved in the play, and I think he was one of the deciding factors in the Salt Shakers getting such a strong win. So I think the Salt Shakers, they do have a bit of an advantage because they've shown a lot more consistency in their play, and I think that's what might give them the edge here, Dennis.
Yeah, we've seen Salt Shakers in last stream against Godanian Tempest really playing well, and you saw just Nitro how important he is for the Salt Shakers. Just those assists, and I think Game 3 it was, were really important for their team, which eventually gave them their win in this Division 1. Also their first win of the whole season. So that was really well done by Nitro and Salt Shakers overall. So I think it's time to head over to the predictions. So Faded, what do you think who's gonna win this game?
I think I'll have to give it to the Salt Shakers for this one. Just purely off of their performance last week, they really impressed me. Especially with again the aforementioned team plays. Even Nitro making an insane 0-second setup in that third game that you mentioned to win it in that match. So they've been really spectacular to watch. Really, it's good to see them. After having a rough start in this season, they're starting to bounce back, and they could get themselves up to 2-2 in this match. So I think it will be the Salt Shakers. They're going to give it a 3-1 scoreline. Polar Ace will take one game, but that's how I think will go down. So yeah, what do you think, Dennis? Who's going to win?
Well, of course, both teams they had a rough start of the season. Both just won one game out of the 3 matches. But I think also, like you said, the Salt Shakers just have a little advantage over the Polar Ace side. Just because we've seen the Salt Shakers play already on stream, and they played really well, really consistent. And I think in the end it will be the Salt Shakers who's gonna take this victory. Maybe a 3-1. I think it's maybe a 3-2. It's gonna be fairly close, I think. But I think just the Salt Shakers are just the better side here against Polar Ace. Of course, Polar Ace aren't a bad side either, but I think the Salt Shakers are just that a little bit better than Polar Ace. So maybe a 3-2 will be the result for the Salt Shakers here.
Yeah, a pretty reasonable prediction, but all the teams are in the lobby here, so I think we will just get right into it. Let's not waste any more time, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Polar Ace and the Salt Shakers in Division 1. Let's get right into it.
Is gone for a few minutes, so I think we just have to talk a bit more about this matchup. So
I
we
see.
delay the start a bit more. So as we already mentioned, the teams are fairly close to each other. Polar Ace, they just won one game, and the Salt Shakers, we've seen them on stream winning against Godanian's Tempest, winning their first game. But the Salt Shakers, they are pretty consistent, and they shown that they are not a side who should be at the bottom of the league, at the bottom of this division. So yeah, Faded. What do you think? The Salt Shakers, they have lost 2 games. They have one game. They've won 1 game against Dennis Tempest. And what do you think is going to be the scoreline overall?
Overall here in this match, yeah, I think it's still going to be, like, you know, comparing the results they had, yeah, we said it was a 3-0 for Polar Race and the Salt Shakers had a bit of a tougher time. But I think the argument there is that they had different lineups in both cases. I think when Polar Race played against the Gdańsk Tempest, I think Azara was still on the roster at that time, but now Azara is no longer with them, and I don't remember who their current third is. I will have a really quick check of that. You know, this taking me a quick second, so I believe it's not been updated yet, so I actually don't know who the third is. It's not off the top of my head, but still different lineups. I think, yeah, I think it could actually be a close match still, considering the previous results that these 2 teams had against Gdańsk Tempest. I'm still going to stick by my 3-1 because I think the Salt Shakers should do better in this one. But I think for real now, we'll get into this one. We had to kind of stall for a second because Waffle actually wasn't here. But yeah, now for real this time, we're going to get into the match, guys. So yeah, let's just dive straight in. Well, here we go. The Salt Shakers and Polar Race. Off to the races here. Let's see who will be winning this series in Division 1 as it is. Oh my, that is a pretty questionable whiff by You Got Jammed on the defense there, but Kurze will be taking that any day of the week. First goal here for Polar Race.
That's a really unfortunate start for the Salt Shakers and for You Got Jammed especially. It's a horrible whiff there, just 5 seconds in, but you see the Polar Ace side already leading with 1-0.
Yeah, but You Got Jammed looking to redeem himself here. Gets a pass one lightning strike with a really weak clear here. Nitro looking to clean up, but it's off the post, and finally You Got Jammed comes in again. And they're really quick to equalize here, Dennis.
What an offensive game we're seeing already. 2 goals in the first 14 seconds. And it's You Got Jammed who gets the equalizer. He just whiffed. But we see him score the 1-0 now, so we see 1-1 on the scoreboard now.
Yeah, 1-1. You Got Jammed making up for his earlier mistake in the defense. As now it's all tied up again. Didn't take that long for them to get back in the game. Now here comes Straight Waffle trying to get it out. You Got Jammed onto the backboard. Jack is up onto the backboard again. You Got Jammed trying to get contact on that, but it's a double commit on the Polar Race defense. It works out, though. They do get the ball out of their half, and now Waffle with the ball here is into the center. Nitro into his own corner, and Jack will again try to get it out. Now Nitro, this one tries to bait in Kurz. It doesn't really work out, but he just lays it off for Jammed. And now Nitro leaves it for Jack. You Got Jammed trying to cut in with this one. He does so pretty well actually into the center. And Lightning Strike sends it high. Now Kurz with a light touch. Waffle into the opposing corner. And now Waffle again with a brilliant block there. And it is a double commit again on the side of the Salt Shakers, but we do get it out. Now Jammed waiting on the side wall patiently. It's back into the center. Nitro with a potential shot. It's bouncing high. You Got Jammed again, trying to get a piece of that one. At least keeping the pressure going as Jack is up for a bit. Lightning Strike just sending it away. And now back to the other end. You Got Jammed has to make a save here. Waffle has a potential shooting chance, but it's wide. And Nitro will be here to clean up for them, get the ball out. So a minute and a half here, Dennis. A chaotic start. Things have calmed down a little bit now. Both teams having a fair share of offense here.
Yeah, we see a really fun game here. Just 2 quick goals, and you know it's a pretty offensive game, and I think it's really fun to watch for you viewers. I think that you know we see a fairly equal game, and you know 2 minutes in, and we still have the 1-0 score on the scoreboard. So yeah, after 40 seconds already, it was made 2 goals, but it's still 1-1.
Yeah, we'll have to see who can break this deadlock here, because both teams, despite having chances, they couldn't get past. But as I say that, Jack will pick up on that one, knowing it in the defense here for Polar Race, and yeah, Jack will just take that any day of the week.
Yeah, Lightning Strike gets to the center of the field. No one really from Polar Ace to follow that up, and it's Jackson who's getting the 2nd goal for the Salt Shakers.
Yeah, they put themselves up here. 2 minutes gone. finally breaking through the Polar Race defense. That, you know, the rotation just quite wasn't there for Polar Race. They couldn't get back in time for that one, and there was a bit of a mistouch, as you said, into center for, I believe it was Shot Your Waffle or Lightning Strike, I can't remember who, but either way, it was a pretty questionable error there. You can't maybe make a touch to the center like that for the opponents. Jack looking for another shot. He actually plays it high. Shot Your Waffle caught it a little bit, but he still makes the touch. Now, bit of panic in the defense of Polar Race. Under no pressure though, just gotta take their time here. Kurze will be the one to do it. And now Shut You Off and Kurze both up for this. This is gonna be an easy clear for Jack to get it out. Now Jam with a nice touch back into the center. Jack will try to get this, plays it into the middle for Nitro, but Kurze does see that passing option. Now Lightning Strike plays it back into the other end. Jams with his contact with the ball, gets it again, but this is really dangerous. An open net, but Kurze, very poor touch there, but never mind. Waffle coming in for another shot. There's blocks though, and now here comes Nitro. Off the side, well, he's shot down by Waffle again. No one in the center here. Now Jack will pick it up, try to get past, but Lightning Strike, a brilliant block, and puts it into the opposing half again. Kurze into the center. Jam will be the one to make the save, but it is floating in front of the net. Another double commit again from the Salt Shakers. And Shot Your Waffle is shot down there by a save there from Nitro. He just dives straight down onto it. And there comes Nitro again. It isn't similar. He just gives the ball away though. Jammed off the backboard. It actually misses contact with the ball. There's a really good chance. Waffle tries to put it onto the crossbar. He does, but it's going to bounce in. Lightning Strike will capitalize off, but no one ready there. And it is tied up once more.
Eventually we see the equalizer here for Polar Ace. The ball just shot on the crossbar, but in the end it was Polar Ace still to get the goal here. Polar Ace is equalized now against the Salt Shakers. 1 minute and 90 seconds left.
Yeah, let's see who could come back into this one. Kurze trying to get another play going. Lightning Strike will be up this time. Now Waffle, a weak touch there, trying to get it into the center. He is taken out of the game, but Kurze looking for the angle here. The Jams sign this one out. Lightning Strike will respond immediately into the corner. So now, try your Waffle with a flip reset attempt maybe off the backboard. Trying to make something off the ball here. Now Nitro bumping his own teammate out of the air. And really the Salt Shakers looking a bit panicky in the last minute or so. But now 45 seconds left. They have to just hold on, potentially force overtime. But they've been stuck in their defense for so long now. They got to find a way out. Lightning Strike is looking for a play here. Great block by You Got Jammed. The zero boost to work with. As Waffle will get his back down the field. Jack into the corner. Nitro will be looking to get this one, but Waffle, brilliant demo again. Still, the Salt Shakers have possession, but now You Got Jammed as the last man. Lightning Strike looking for the angle. Was a good attempt, but could not get it past the last man. And now Nitro gets it past one. This could be a chance here. You Got Jammed. A potential shot, and it actually gets past Kurze, who's in an awkward position. And the Salt Shakers a late goal here to clutch up here.
Again, no one in the center to follow it up for Polar Ace. Free shot for You Got Jammed. He gets it to the right side of the goal. Kurze is there, but he just can't get a save. So the Salt Shakers with 15 seconds left on the clock, leading with 3-2.
Yeah, 15 seconds. Polar Race really got to make a huge defensive effort here, but Nitro saying no to that. Lightning Strike trying to get the clear he needs. Shut Your Waffles onto him. Gets it past one. It's still in the air. Oh my goodness, this could be ace off the crossbar. Oh no. A really great attempt there, but that is heartbreaking to see. The Salt Shakers by just a thread there taking the first game. Dennis, what a match that was.
Yeah, like you said, what a match it was. 2 goals in the first 14 seconds. Almost a 0-second equalizer for Polar Ace. Unfortunately for them, they don't get it, but they haven't played bad. The Salt Shakers win this match only with 1 goal difference against Polar Ace, but I think we can expect much more from this series. Like we said, it's a really close series, or really close game already, and you know, I think we can really expect much from this series.
Yeah, we could expect a lot, especially judging by that first game. Just was so close right down to the end. Nearly the equalizer there for Polar Race to get back into it. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens in the next game. Polar Race, they are still within it. They can certainly bring this one back. Unfortunately, the stream died there, but we are back in action. So yeah, just going to tell the teams to go now. They can start now that the tech issues have been resolved. Of course, as we saw, 1-0 now for the Salt Shakers, winning that first game, and now we're advancing into game 2. So we'll see who can come out with a win in this one. Polar is looking really strong in this series so far, actually, so We'll see if they can get that run of form up, but it doesn't look like it so far as Nitro, again, a really early goal here to open this game up.
Yeah, a really quick goal from the kickoff. It was someone from Polar Ace defender who missed the ball, and it's a free shot for Nitro. He puts it in well, and it's already the first goal for the Salt Shakers in the game.
And the first goal coming out here, the Salt Shakers keeping the momentum rolling from last game. Now Jam looking for yet another one. It's bounced it into the centre, right off the corner there. And lightning strike with the demo, and you got Jam, but it's not a great clear here. Curzon will be up for us though. The Nitro blast onto the backboard, lightning strike up for it. He actually touched it down, really dangerous there, but Jack can't really get a good hit off of that. Now Curzon trying to get it over to strut your waffle, but Jack is just a bit too quick for him. And now Jack up again, trying to get a centre. Here comes Nitro for a shot. It's blocked by Waffle there, and now it jams, putting it back into the box. It will be Curzon to just send it out again, right down into the other ends. Nitro being really patient here, taking his time. Now lightning strike will be blocking that one off the ceiling. Jack getting a shot, a brilliant read again. No one contesting the ball, and it's 2-0 here for Salt Shakers.
And this is the Salt Shakers we've seen from last year against Godelli's Tempest. Really well played here. Good shot from Jack, and it's the second goal for the Salt Shakers. Or it's 2-0 up in 51 seconds, so that's well done by the Salt Shakers.
Yeah, very well done indeed. Doing really well so far in this game, and now Polaray's got a lot to do to answer back here. Waffle look to start off. It's into the centre. It's actually a really good opportunity, but jammed. Oh, what a save, and another one from Jack. Oh my god, the defense here from Salt Shakers really showing up here. 2 spectacular saves, Dennis, off of that. And this is the quality we saw from the Salt Shakers in the last series they played. And we're seeing it again here. They're just playing incredibly solid here. And really got asked, how did Polar Ace answer back to this? Because if that shot's not going in, then what will, to be honest?
Yeah, there were 2 great saves. Another great save from Hugo Jammed. What saves they were seeing. But the Salt Shakers keep the 2-0 lead. They just keep the defense clean. And, you know, we have a really entertaining match here. 2-0 up. The Salt Shakers is still, but 3 minutes left. And they have some incredible saves already in this game.
Yeah, the defense, they're being trapped in their own half right now, but they are having not many issues with dealing with these shots here. Yeah, a few close calls here and there. There was a goal line save earlier from You Got Jams that had us mind blown, but yep, still the Salt Shakers, they can hold their own in defense, and it's just a matter of time that Polar Ace break it down. They are doing a really good job of keeping the offensive pressure off. You got to give it to them for that one, but you got to find more quality chances, because so far the Salt Shakers aren't phased. But almost halfway through the game, still 2-0 for the Salt Shakers, a comfortable lead, but they can't let it slip here as Waffle's trying to get this one, looking for a second touch, but he didn't have any speed really, so he couldn't catch up to it. And now Jack with a flick there, Curzon with the save. You Got Jam can't get the follow up, and now Curzon actually just gives the ball away to Nitro. He had a lot of time there, and really could have been a good scoring chance because Nitro was the only one back. Now lightning strike with a back pass to Curzon, puts it high. And Jack taking his time, looking for another play, but a missed touch there, gives it right over to lightning strike. Now You Got Jammed up for it once more. Here comes Waffle onto the sidewall. Now Nitro looking for a shot. Curzon misses it. Shot your Waffle. It's a 2-on-1 situation, I think, but actually it's just him on the attack, and Jack does a great job to block it. Another really nice block there again. So Waffle back into the center. Jack again getting that one. I saw there's a lot of time, Dennis. We mentioned in that first game where Polar Ace were making quite a lot of touches into the middle where no one was there to receive it, and Waffle doing it again. It just seems like Polar Ace having a bit of an issue sometimes keeping possession. Every time the Salt Shakers see that, they capitalize off of it well, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like that. I mean, they're just giving away possession too easy, I think. I think that's what they need to improve on in this match and also the upcoming matches. Because, you know, we've seen last game as well, just they are given too much possession, the Salt Shakers, and that's why maybe even the half of their goals are being scored. So Polar Ace really need to work on that.
Yeah, for sure. It's Nitro again with another chance. He'll just slam that one home. A brilliant shot again. Yeah, 1 minute left. 3-0 up here, Dennis. The Salt Shakers looking so solid at the moment.
Yeah, we see a great player from the Salt Shakers. 3 players involved in that one, and it's a good finish from Nitro, who gets his team with 3-0 up here with just a minute left.
Yeah, 1 minute to go. Polar Ace have no answer to it so far. They had the pressure, but they have no goals to show for it. And I mean, I'll have a quick look at the shot statistics here because Polar Ace have had 6 shots so far, same with the Salt Shakers, but the difference is the Salt Shakers have been doing a better job of converting them, and that could have really been a really good chance for Polar Ace, but it is just right off the post. Now Jack with another play, looking to put it right into Nitro. He does make contact, but it is well wide. The lightning strike looking for a flip, but Nitro reads it like hook there. But still, Polar Ace get it out, and now they're looking for the consolation here. 30 seconds, highly unlikely they'll get back into this one. But they'll at least want to get a goal back, have a bit of momentum going into Game 3, because now the reverse sweep is on the cards. Nitro tries to get to that one, it's off the back wall. Nice chance here for Kurze. He actually doesn't make contact. Lightning strike and Waffle double commit, but defense is wide open. You got Jam trying to get a pass in. Does put it right in for Jack, and it is 4-0 now. Game 2 certainly in the bag for the Salt Shakers.
Yeah, that's the easiest goal from the Salt Shakers in this series so far. Double commit for Polar Ace in offense. It's not what you want. Well, they were 3-0 down already. They give everything in offense. But in the end, it's the Salt Shakers who get that goal. They're 4-0 up now, and I think that's game.
Yeah, it will be game there. 4-0 up here for the Salt Shakers. It's just an absolutely spectacular performance from them. Much stronger than their last game themselves. As the ball touches the ground, is now 2-0 here up for the Salt Shakers. I believe we are going to be having a server change in just a second. The player's requesting it because the server was a bit dodgy, I will admit, just respecting. But now going into the third game, Dennis. Polar Ace suffering a crushing defeat here. What do you think they got to do in the next game if they want to have a chance in the series?
Well, I mean, it was the Salt Shakers who really kept their sheet clean. I mean, the defense we saw from them was really incredible. But I think Polar Aces, they need to keep the offensive pressure up, and getting the shots in and keep offensive pressuring them is really what they need to do. So I think Polar Ace, they do pretty alright, but they're just giving possession away too easy, and they really have to insist on that. They have to create the chances, and in the end just bury them home, because it was just the defense from the Salt Shakers we've seen in Game 2. It was pretty clean, but I think they can beat the defense even though they are good. But I think the Polar Aces just need to keep up the offensive pressure, maybe get those goals in the end win the game. I think that's what they need to do.
Alright, we'll see what happens in the next game. Game 3 will be coming up in just a second. Game 3 now. It is 2-0 up for the Salt Shakers. A very great performance in that last game for them, but Polar Ace looking to answer back. It is an early shot for Kurze, trying to keep the pressure on. There's a Waffle coming in here into the center, no one there to receive it, but you got Jam with a pretty big whiff, and now he's looking to make up for it. Oh, that was a really nice try on that shot, but it is a bit wide in the net. And now Jam's battling for that boost there. It looks to be Nitro getting it across the field. Kurze will be there onto the backboard. And Lightning Strike coming in for a shot off the post again. And now Shot Your Waffle just trying to delay the inevitable counter-attack here. So you've got Jams trying to make something off the ball there with an air dribble, but now Nitro's up for this. Onto the backboard, dropping down. Lightning Strike with an easy read for him. And now Lightning Strike again blocking that. Kurze up for it, puts it in the field. You got Jammed, puts it in for Kurze, and that is a really nice pre-flip there from Nitro to get across the net and put that one away, because that was a really dangerous opportunity there. As now Waffle looking for the shot here. Oh, what a pass and finish coming up from Polar Ace. Finally, they have woken up here, Dennis. What a play.
Finally, they have the goal. The first goal in 2 games for Polar Ace, and they're finally in the lead for them. And 1-0 here. Such a Waffle with a good shot, and 4 minutes left. they still have the time to convert it, but the Salt Shakers, they gotta do something against it to eventually win this series in Game 3.
Yeah, indeed they do, as Nitro's looking to do that. A really nice read off the sidewall. Now Waffle touching it into the corner. Jack will be there for it. Zero boost to work with, but now Lightning Strike. To the backboard, here comes Jammed with the clear. And Waffle putting it into the box again. Nitro out to Jams, trying to take it himself. Waffle trying to get involved in that play, but Corsi with a great block and Lightning Strike. He has an open net, and he tries to put a top corner, but it's actually out. Oh my, it was a nice shot, but he didn't have to put it that high. He could have just made it a roller there, but still it will be 1-0 here for Polar Races. Waffle looking for another chance. Nitro on the corner wall trying to buy time. He does so really well, and now Lightning Strike puts it back into his own end. Here comes Waffle putting onto the side wall. Lightning Strike, a great read there. You got Jammed, a nice block there to get that one. Great reaction there, and good decision making to get up to that one. Despite being in an awkward spot, it's now Lightning Strike trying to challenge this one. Jack putting it in for Nitro. It is an open net, but it is put wide. You got Jam trying for it, and Corsi the failed squishy save. Unfortunate, but the Salt Shakers, they finally tie it up here.
Yeah, we see you got jammed, pushing up there, and you know, it was a good challenge. Such a Waffle just couldn't block the ball. In the end, it goes in, and it's you got jammed to equalize it for the Salt Shakers.
Yeah, you got Jammed. He's been showing up in these past couple games, and he does so once more to bring his team back in it. As there are 3 minutes left, it's anyone's game here as Polar Race have looked a bit better in this game. And now Striker Waffle getting it out, Corsi putting it out to the right side, picking up the full boost. What can he do with it? Oh, he's looking to maybe play it himself, looking for the air draw, but Jammed is an easy block for him. Now Waffle, he's blocked again by you, got Jammed. There is an open net for him, and he will surely convert this. You got Jammed again. It's now 2-1 here.
Yeah, it's a good block. Such a Waffle, maybe a bit risky to go for that as last man. You got jammed to get an open net there. It's a good block, but I think it was just too risky from the Polar Ace man to just go for that.
Yeah, very, very risky indeed. The third man did not need to go for that whatsoever. He could have just played more passive, but Jammed, well played by him to recognize that and get an excellent block. And now Nitro looking for another one. Lightning Strike off the line. A brilliant save at that. As now Lightning Strike pushing up again. No one contesting the ball here for the Salt Shakers, but Lightning Strike just gives it right to them. Their Jack with zero boost. Does save a split very well. It's into the center. This could be a good chance. Corsi putting that one into Jammed. Now Lightning Strike trying to pre-jump it, but it's actually under him, and it is an open net. Crossbar down. And panicky defense again from Polar Race. The Salt Shakers just piling on the pressure now.
Yeah, just like you said, panicking defense here from the Polar Ace side. They're all three there, just couldn't get the ball out. And in the end, it's the third goal of the Salt Shakers. Polar Ace really need to do something because they don't want to get clean swept here by Salt Shakers.
Yes, so 2 minutes left. The Polar Ace side have a lot to do here to get back into this one, because right now the Salt Shakers are on for the sweep in this match, which is not what Polar Race won, but this could be the way to start it. The pass from Lightning Strike into Shot Your Waffle to convert the open net. They have a chance here, Dennis.
Yeah, we see the ball getting into the corner. Nitro misses the ball. Unfortunate miss for him, and it's an open net for such a Waffle. We get the second goal of Polar Ace. They're still one goal down, but they have enough time to get a third, maybe the fourth for Polar Ace, and get eventually maybe in the lead. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see if they can bring themselves back into this one. They have the capability to do it. He's got to sharpen up that defense that has been troubling them earlier, and they can bring it back. As Corsi gets it out to the side, Jack with a brilliant block there. Now Jack into the center again. Here comes You Got Jammed once more. Now Jam's trying to get this one into the middle, puts it back in for Nitro. As now Waffle puts it out to the side, but it just gives position back to Jack, looking for the shot. Corsi has to make the block. Now Jammed up for this, both players missing the ball. Lightning Strike has a free hit over, but Nitro will just block it again. 1 minute left. Polar Race really got to step it up now to find the equalising goal. Seems like the Salt Shakers have a really good hold on the midfield here. So Jammed out onto the left side. Jack trying to get a touch on that. A little bit awkward. Corsi now in possession with Nitro. Very great challenge there to shut it down once more. Polar Race really struggling to get out of their half. There could be Jack coming in. Jammed also up for it. This could be a really good chance here actually, but Jack just killing time here. Now Corsi trying to do something with this ball. Nitro looking to take his time, trying to take it over the entirety of the opposing defense. That's a really nice play from Nitro just to burn time off the clock. 30 seconds. What can Polar Race do? They still got to find a goal. They've not had any chances in the past minute or so, but then this could be one here. Waffle trying to get this one. Kurze has a shot, and he will put it in. 20 seconds to spare, and it is the equalizer for Polar Ace.
That's what Polar Ace needed. That third goal, 20 seconds left, just in time. And Skurs who does it for the Polar Ace side. He's the hero of this game for now for Polar Ace. But we'll see. 20 seconds left. Can they get the fourth here in the 5 minutes? Maybe they need an overtime for that, but I really want to win this game. We'll see what's going to happen. Will it get to overtime, or will there be a winner in these 5 minutes?
Yeah, 10 seconds. Let's see if they can pull it back in regulation. Nitro looking to do it. He puts the shot on net. Nitro again coming up clutch here. 6 seconds left, and the Salt Shakers retake the lead here.
Again, Nitro with a good shot, but you also have to give credit to Jack. A great pass by him as the 4th goal of the Salt Shakers. Probably it's gonna be the winner. 6 seconds left, and it's the Salt Shakers who's leading here.
Yeah, but Jackson's looking to kill time here, taking it himself. And Jams with the 5th goal here. That will be the nail in the coffin. Kurze is right out of here, but that is it, Dennis. The Salt Shakers with the 3-0 sweep, and despite Polar Ace putting up a good fight, they will be the ones falling in this matchup.
Yeah, the winners are the Salt Shakers here. The 5th goal is there to eventually complete it. The clean sweep here from the Salt Shakers. Really well done, and I think they deserved it. They were really consistent in this series. They were better than the Polar Ace side. Polar Ace is giving away too much possession, giving the Salt Shakers too much time. But you know, there's not much you can do against the Salt Shakers side. They were really consistent this series, and I think they really deserve this win. So GG's to both teams, and congratulations to the Salt Shakers.
Yeah, congrats to the Salt Shakers indeed, but of course, Kurze mentioned to the Polar Ace. At 3-0, I don't think it represents how close some of those games were, because they did play pretty well, but it is not nearly good enough here for the Salt Shakers. The Salt Shakers, again, you know, proving they are the better team here. They come out with a big win again, and just, you know, great team play once more is what we like to see out of them, and it paid off here. 3-0 win, they'll be happy with that indeed, and now the updated standings for these guys. The Salt Shakers will go to a 2-2 record, whereas Polar Ace will fall to 1-3. So yeah, it's looking a bit grim here for Polar Ace now. You know, not looking so hot right now. We did see better from them against Gedalian's Tempest, but yeah, that is a pretty crushing defeat there. I would have expected a closer series, judging by just the first game alone here, Dennis. But yeah, the Salt Shakers, they'll be happy with themselves here for sure.
Yeah, for sure, they're happy with this win. 3-0 win. It's good for their win-lose ratio in the season as well. Maybe in the end of the league play, it will count. But 3-0, that's really what you want as Salt Shaker side. You know, Polar Ace, they really need to work on themselves and maybe scrims, maybe competitive play. But for now, you know, we've seen them playing good, but I think they just need to be a bit more of a team. And yeah, I want to see more passing plays, and you know, more calm plays, because you know, it was sometimes it was a bit panicking also just in defense sometimes, and I think that's what they need to work on. And Salt Shakers, if they keep playing like this, maybe they get a playoff spot. I think they're in the top 4 now, so that's really well done by them. But we'll see where both teams end at the end of this league table.
Yeah, the Salt Shakers, I can see them as a top 4 team at the moment, judging by the way they're playing right now. Again, a rough start to the season, but they're clawing back here, and they could really challenge some of the top teams in this season. So this is great to see from them. But I think that'll do it for today. It's our only match tonight, sadly, but we wish we could have more. But that's all we have time for, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank you all again for watching. And yeah, thanks again, Dennis, for casting with me. Is there anything else you'd like to comment on about this match?
Not really. I'm just really expecting a lot from these teams in the upcoming matches in Division 1. So yeah, it was good casting with you, Fader.
Yeah, same to you, and of course, thank you to Timmy, who has once again provided the stream for us. Done a brilliant job here today. And yeah, GG's to the teams as well. Really great match to watch there, despite it being a 3-0. And we look forward to seeing them playing again in the future of this season. And thanks once more to you guys for watching this stream, and we hope to see you guys back again next time. I'm not sure when the next stream is going to be, but hopefully later on this week we'll have another one for you all. So that's it again. Thanks everyone, and good night.